Let's go. And we're back to the Hero Comics. Transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Continuing on here with our next episode of me reacting to a bunch of screencasts I got from comments I got from YouTube and DeviantArt, which are a response to comments I made against these deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning. Let's continue on here with this girl, little person. I don't know, probably a girl. I don't know, getting things wrong in life, getting things wrong, trying to say you can't be saying stuff like this because you're saying minds are unique, but somehow brains are unique, right? Like no. Good idea. Brains being unique, minds being unique, means you can never fully understand how their minds work. Yeah, I can. How their minds work. Therefore, you're not telling a trans non-binary person how their dysphoria works. Well, no, how they should identify. No, I can do that because there's right and wrong. There's doing things right and doing things wrong. Sin. And refusing to sin. So I can do that. Furthermore, you mentioned there being two genders, or sexes. Male and female, there are, and that you are always your assigned, assigned gender at birth. Yeah, I widely disagree because I say you are. Say I do. I widely disagree because I say I do. Because sex and gender are not the same thing, but you're saying that because your identity is different, you change your sex. Like no, okay. I disagree because sex and gender are not the same thing. In sociology and psychological terms, sex and gender are two different things. Sex is a person's biology. Yes, true. Well, genital genes are genitalia the person was born with. Gender is a cultural and social, meaning mental. How two person actually identifies mentally. Even if there aren't two sexes, even then there aren't two sexes because I say there aren't. There actually are only two. There's deformity. No, there's only two sexes. Because there's an intersex as well, deformity. Someone with atypical what? Atypical genitalia or genetics, meaning deformed, not male or female, deformed. So, yeah, not right. There's only two sexes. So, what we say when someone's like this, gender, as I previously mentioned, is a spectrum. Identity is a spectrum. People can identify however they feel. The problem is when you're lying about it. That's bad. You gotta stop lying about it. Next, you brought up that you think that people should accept their bodies that God gave them. Yes, they should. Continue on. Because they were made perfect. They were made perfectly. Well, first of all, every person believes in the same God you do, but who cares? I do. So, for example, I am atheist, but I'm not. So I'm going to continue saying that talking about how some God is. So not all people believe that everything was created perfect, but I do. So let's go. As someone else who replies these parts of fiction in Greek mythology, there's a story of how Apollo got drunk, created humans with the wrong genitalia. That's a myth. And even other Christians will disagree with this on this with you because they don't know better. Yeah, I have a trans friend who is Christian, messing things up, and still has been out as trans to me for around 5 years. It's messing up. CW can't. Oh no, never mind. Can't say that. That might be a name. Furthermore, you asked why people would change their body if they work perfectly. Yes, I did. Now, let me tell you, the human body is not perfect. Yeah, it actually is. It's pretty good. Nor does it work perfectly. Well, sometimes it doesn't. But if it's an actual medical issue, you got to get that fixed. Yeah, get that worked on. Being born with testicles and you want ovaries, being born with ovaries and you want testicles is not a deformity. It's what happens. So now, you on here. Why it's not perfect or does it work perfectly? Because I say it doesn't. People have mental illnesses. Mental illnesses. That's not body. It's mind. Because of the chemical imbalances, chemical imbalances, yeah. People have chronic illness because of imperfect genetic code, or because they ate something they shouldn't have eaten, and they're allergic to it, they don't understand that, or they, something like that, People get cancer because the human body is imperfect. No, people get cancer because there's poison in the environment, We got to work on that. That's how that goes. You cannot tell people to love and accept their body cancer because I made them that way. No, different story. Different story. That person is bound to do something about it. Similar thing applies to dysphoria. No, it's not. It's very different. Cancer is an actual physical issue. Dysphoria is mental, 100% mental. A person is going to want to deal with it in a healthy way. And the healthy way is to learn that that's stuff wrong, and you need to say no to it, and you need to learn to live with what you got. Because it's reality, that's it. Mention how transitioning is mutilating your body, because it is. Because of the last point, you also mentioned how once someone sees a transition, they will achieve. You think they'll attempt to do more? They will. A woman, female person born with ovaries, who transitioned, said she wanted to do more. So sorry, it works. This is not true because I say it's not. People have transition surgeries in order to say, well, stave off dysphoria. It doesn't work. Which is what we mentioned is an insecurity because I say it's not. And that people can't just wish away. No, you can't wish it away. Well, you have to fight against it. You have to have a body that fits their mind, or they will never fit their mind. Minds are intangible and can be anything. Minds are intangible. Bodies are tangible. Mind's design is only limited by the imagination. The mind is only limited by the imagination. The body has a specific design. Minds and bodies are two different things. You cannot make one match the other. On here. If there's have a body that matches their minds, that will never work. And to prevent how I would like to present, how I'd like to present to who? To who? You're saying it's not presenting. Saying that it's just that the transitioning is for yourself, but then you say to who? Self. But then you say presenting to who? That's the issue. You're presenting to others. It's for others. It's effed up. So now, once the one achieve, okay. Why that's your mind, it's impossible. And how they would like to present to others. I'm not sure how you present, male. I'm not going to assume it. I say you prefer to wearing trousers to wearing skirts. Yes, because that's not lying. But people refuse to allow. But people refuse to allow that. Okay, here's the deal. I think this person forgot some words. But people refuse to allow that. I think what they mean is, but what if people refuse to allow that? How would that make you feel? How would you feel if people told you to resist the urge to do so? That would be effed up because I'm trying to tell the truth. They're saying lie. Different story. Continue on here. They think your lights are in skirts. Would you continue wearing skirts? The suicide argument. You're talking about suicide and how people shouldn't choose to kill themselves because they're unhappy with their body. They shouldn't. I vehemently agree that people shouldn't kill. Shouldn't kill themselves and instead seek for help. But you seem to misunderstand the situation of it. I would like to tell you that many trans people who kill themselves do so because of exactly what you are doing now. Telling the truth. You're telling the truth. You're saying you're destroying their fantasy. And they don't want their fantasy destroyed, so they basically are like, nope, out of life. I'm like, that's bad. Yes. Like the people, mental illness having people, they are. That's bad. They need to not do that. Continue on here. You'll validate them by saying that stuff is wrong. You shouldn't do that. You should do this instead. Trying to actually save their lives, cause them to resist. Okay, so bad. What they think they're doing, when they think they're doing what's best for the person, it makes the trans person feel invalidated, unheard, unseen, unloved, because the person will listen to their laws, their struggles, in lies. Because the person won't listen to it as a struggle. So I encourage you to listen to trans already people about how they feel. I do. And that stuff is effed up. It's worth them and their decision to feel comfortable in their own bodies. No. Not through lies. Continue on here. I apologize for this being quite long. I just felt like full explanation was necessary for you. So thank you for reading this far. Feel free to refute any points I've made. I'll try to continue a friendly debate. I just appreciate your arguments. Have some substance, whether or not, and we're not too repetitive. Have some substance that I care about, and are not too that I care about, and are not too repetitive. But they will be repetitive. There are so many times I can argue against the same point, because of course that point still stands, will never be destroyed, and I just keep throwing stuff at it, and it doesn't destroy that point. It just bounces off, and you keep using it, you keep saying this is wrong. Here's what the Bible says. This is wrong. Here's what science says, and I can't do anything against that except for say we don't like that. It makes us feel bad. Yep. And someone says because all you want is validation. And someone says zero has direct opinion. It is wrong, and you're relating your body. Someone says stupid. Says someone else. And I say, hey, I don't apologize for coming to me along. I love reading it. That a-hole is completely wrong about the trans community because I say he is. As a gender fluid person myself, doing things wrong, I hate how it's trying to speak for the trans people and saying that this trans individual won't see that they are trans. I just don't want to conform to gender roles. They don't. Transphobia, homophobia, and racism is all horrible, and people who are of any of these don't deserve love or happiness. And the Bible doesn't say anything about being gay or trans, except for all the stuff it does say. You'll use this as an excuse for awful people and going directly to hell because I say they are. Yes, I know I'm going to hell for being a lesbian. You don't have to do that, right? I guess what? I'm going to the Pride Ring, where it's all LGBTQIA plus people. All they do is party and torture idiots like that thing in the comments. Someone's been misinformed. Continue on here. Someone says, thanks, person.